Hello everyone, Carson here, and in this video, I'm gonna be solving Wordle number 1216 and New York Times Hard Sudoku for October 17th, 2024. So let's get this video started with Wordle number 1216. I'm gonna start with the word gamer. Alright, got the A green and E yellow, so I've placed A as the second letter, and I also know that E is another letter which goes somewhere else in this word. Okay, we know that it does not go fourth, and I don't think it'll go third, because there are very few words which have AE in this pattern. So I don't think A is gonna go third. Going first is possible, like eagle, for some of the words. But there are only, well, I mean, there are not many words which begin with the letter E, so I'm gonna place E last. Let's try something. Oh, actually, I think there are still lots of words that are possible, so I'm considering whether to use the elimination strategy or not. I mean, it's good to use the elimination strategy, but I'm first gonna guess table, because I want to see where this brings me to. Okay, it's not table, but I know that L is another letter in this word. So, it could be false. Could be false. I mean, I'm, I'm, I feel really uncertain about the chance of getting, uh, of getting the answer correct, but it's still worth a try, because you really can't predict the right or wrong answer. There's still a slight chance that this would actually be the correct answer, and sometimes the outcome is that the word really is the answer. Um, so yeah, sometimes it's a risk, but it also contains a decent reward. So let's go with this. Okay, it's not false, but I know that it's something AL something E. It could be value, volve. Let's try value. Okay, interesting. There is a V, but it does not go first, so it has to be ALVE. I'm thinking of halve. Let's go with halve. And that is today's Wordle answer. Alright. So yeah, I did not think about this word at all until the very end. Yeah, did not use the elimination strategy. Um, it really depends on whether you think taking a risk and trying to guess if the word really is the answer is worth it. Whether that is worth it, it's up to you. Um, of course, everyone has different perspectives, so I'm not really gonna judge on that. So yeah, sometimes I do have different approaches. For whatever reason, I don't know. Anyway, I got today's Wordle answer half in 5 tries. I'll take that because V is definitely not a common letter, and yeah, in general, I feel like half. This word is not that easy to guess, so I'll take a 5th attempt result. So I got today's Wordle answer half in 4 tries. This is Wordle number 1216. After I'm done with this, let me move on to New York Times Sudoku. Again, today is October 17th, 2024. I'm going to start the hard difficulty Sudoku for today. Let's see what we've got. I see that these 5s points down and this cell sees another 5. These 9s point up to force the digit 9 into this cell in block 1, and then these 9s force the digit 9 into one of these 2 cells in block 8. Okay, I do see something. Uh, that is in row 3. In row 3, the digits 3, 5, and 7 are missing, and these 3 open cells see these 3 digits. So where do 3, 5, and 7 go in row 3? They can only go into these 3 open cells. This cell C5. So these 3 digits, 3, 5, and 7, can only go into these 3 open cells. So in order to fit all these 3 digits into this row, these 3 these cells, these 3 cells would have to be reserved for 3, 5, and 7. So this 3, 5, 7 triple eliminates all other digits from these 3 cells, which makes the other 3 open cells in this row another triple of 1, 2, and 4. But these 2 cells see another 4, so I can actually make this a 4, leaving a 1, 2 pair behind, which also makes the other 3 open cells in block 2 another triple of 6, 8, and 9. Where these 6s, okay, so I could have said this from the very beginning, but I just did not see it. These 6s force the digit 6 into the cell in block 2. And actually, um, these 2 cells form an 8-9 pair. Instead of finding the 3, 7 triple 1, 2 pair and 8, 9 pair in the order like me, you could have also found this 8, 9 pair first. After you place the 6, by saying that this 8 and 9 in row 3, pointing into block 2, they form an 8-9 pair in these 2 cells. So you could also find the 8-9 pair first, and then the 1-2 pair, followed by the 3-5-7 triple in this row. So the order doesn't matter. If you spot one of them, you're gonna see all of this pairs of triples. So as long as you find one of them, it's fine. Alright, let's move on with other things. These 6s force the digit 6 into one of these 2 cells in block 4, and then these 6s point down, and this cell sees another 6. So in block 9, the digit 6 is forced into this cell, and then these 6s force the digit 6 into this cell in block 8, and then these 6s force the digit 6 into one of these 2 cells in block 5. These 8s point left, and these 9s point right. Whoops, sorry, pressed the wrong button. I meant to mark down 9s in these 2 cells, and this cell sees another 9. These 7s point down to force the digit 7 into this cell in block 8, and then these 7s point left. Okay, I see that in column 5. In column 5, 1, 2, 6, and 9 are missing digits. This cell sees 6 and 9, and this cell also sees 6 and 9. So in order to fit both 6 and 9 into column 5, these 2 open cells would have to be reserved for 6 and 9, because these 2 digits can only go into these 2 cells in this column. So this 6-9 pair eliminates all other digits from these 2 cells, making the other 2 open cells in this column contain the other missing digits, 1 and 2. So after 1 is eliminated from the 6-9 pair, the digit 1 in block 5 is forced into row 6. So 1 is guaranteed into one of these two cells in block 5. So these ones, points left, with these ones, they force the digit 1 into this cell in block 4, which allows me to place the 6 into this cell because 1 removed one of the two possibilities for 6, so I can immediately make this a 6, which resolves the 6-9 pair. All 6s are placed. That's actually very nice. Good progress. Alright, now these 9s point right, and this cell sees another 9. So in block 6, the digit 9 is forced into this cell, which eliminates 9 from this cell. I can now force the digit 9 into this cell in block 3. Okay, in block 2, the digit 2 is forced into row 3, so these 2's point right, and this cell sees another 2. So in block 3, the digit 2 is forced into this cell. Okay, 4, 5, and 8 are the missing digits of row 1, but this cell sees 5 and 8. This cell sees 5 and 8, so it must be a 4, leaving a 5-8 pair behind in the other two open cells in this row. This 5-8 pair eliminates 5 from this cell, because 5 is guaranteed into one of these two cells, because it's still missing from row 1. So if 5 goes into one of these two cells, this cell cannot contain a 5, because it sees both of the other two cells. So this cell cannot contain 5. So now in row 3, these two cells cannot contain 5, so this must be a 5. Why did I have to make this so complicated? I could have just forced the digit 5 into block 3 by just looking at these 5s. Okay, well, anyway, took a bit of a turn there, but sometimes when you see other things instead of the most straightforward things, it'll actually allow you to place a digit or find other phenomena that happen. So yeah, it's kind of weird, but that is the truth. Anyway, let's move on. These 3 open cells contain 3, 4, and 7. The missing digits of block 3 are 1, 3, and 7. This cell sees 7, so it's 1, 3, 1, 3, 7. You might have noticed that this cell sees 7, so in block 3, the digit 7 is forced into column 7, so 7's here, with these 7's force the digit 7 into this cell in block 6, and then these 7's points left. In row 4, 3, 4, and 8 are the missing digits. 3, 4, and 8 are also the missing digits of column 8. This cell sees 8, so it's 3 or 4. Okay, let's fill in some rather restricted rows, columns, or blocks. For example, in column 7, the missing digits are 1, 3, 7, and 8. 1, 3, 7, 8. This cell sees 7, so it's 1, 3, or 8. And this cell sees 1 and 7, so this cell can only contain either 3 or 8. Okay. Oh, then these 3 cells form a 2, 3, 8 triple. Okay. That's the benefit of marking down digit in certain cells, because that actually allows you to better see some hidden pairs of triples. So you don't really see it now, but it is there. It's just probably hidden. Let's mark down the missing digits of block 5. In block 5, the 4 open cells contain 1, 2, 3, and 8. 1 is forced into one of these 2 cells, 2 can go into any of these 4 cells, and 3 and 8 can go into these 3 cells. Now look at row 5. In row 5, these 3 open cells only contain the missing digits. Well, they're not really missing, but okay, sorry. That's not the correct word. I'm too used to saying missing, but this is not. Okay, well, it is, but it's just not a good way to say it. Sorry. In row 5, these 3 open cells only contain 2, 3, and 8. And if these 3 cells only contain 3 certain digits, which also means no other digits apart from these 3 can go into these 3 cells, then I must keep 2, 3, and 8 into these 3 cells. Because in Sudoku, we cannot have empty cells. We can't leave cells empty, so we must fit 1 digit into every cell. So in order to avoid empty cells, we must keep 2, 3, and 8. We must keep these 3 digits into these 3 cells. So this 2, 3, 8 triple eliminates these 3 digits from all other open cells in this row, which makes the other 3 open cells a triple of 4s, 5, and 7. 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, and 4, 5, 7, where this cell sees a 7. Alright. Okay, so another thing is that in this 2, 3, 8 triple, the cell cannot contain 2. So 2 is forced into one of these 2 cells for this triple. So 2 is guaranteed into one of these 2 cells, but these open cells will see both of these 2 cells. These 2 cells down here see both of the cells which 2 goes in for the triple. So I can eliminate 2 from this cell. So this cell's then made a 1, which makes this 2, this a 1. Okay. Okay, this one points down and this one points right. So in block 8, the digit 1 is forced into this cell, and then these ones point right to force the digit 1 into this cell in block 9. And then this 1 points up, so 1 is forced into this cell in block 3. This cell is an 8 because of this 3-7 pair, or 8 still has to go somewhere in column 7, but can't go into these 2 cells. Anyway, you'll end up having an 8 in this cell, and then this 8 points left to place an 8 in this cell, which makes this 9 and 8 to complete block 2. This 9 points back down, eliminating 9 from this cell. I can force the digit 9 into this cell in block 8. And after that, I can immediately force the digit 5 into this cell, because 9 removed one of the 2 possibilities for 5. So 5 has to go here. And then the remaining missing digits of row 8 are 2, 3, and 8. This cell sees another 2. This cell sees 2, so 2 must go into the other cell in block 8, which makes this 3, 2, 3. This 3 eliminates 3 from this cell, making this cell a 4. 3, 8 pair is left in column 8, and in column 9, the missing digits are 3, 4, and 5. Where this cell sees 4 and 5. Yeah, this cell sees 4 and 5, so this must be a 3, and this cell also sees 4, so I can place the 4 and 5 like this to complete this column. This cell is an 8 to complete this block, and this a 3 to complete this column. 4, 8 pairs left in row 4, and 5, 7 pairs left in row 5, and row 6 is missing 2 and 3. Oh, but this cell sees another 2, so I can place the 3 and 2 like this. This cell now sees 2 and 3, so for row 8, the cell must be an 8. this cell is a 4 to complete this row, which makes this 8 and 4. 5 and 7 are the missing digits of row 9. This cell now sees 8, so this must be 8 and 5, which makes this 8. This 5 points down, making this 7 and 5. 7, 5. This cell now sees a 2, so it's 3, 2. This 3 points up. Sorry. This 3 points up, making this cell a 3. And the Sudoku puzzle is complete. Alright, I finished today's New York Times hard Sudoku in just under 16 minutes. So I would say this Sudoku puzzle is just the right difficulty. I feel like it's slightly towards the more straightforward side of, in terms of just the right difficulty, I would say it's more towards the straightforward side. There are definitely more trickier ones for hard Sudokus. Yeah, remember, this is a hard difficulty Sudoku. So I would say among all, out of all Sudoku puzzles I've seen that are hard difficulty, this is one of the more straightforward ones. I'll go over the key spots as a quick summary. So, towards the beginning, there was the 3, 5, 7 triple in row 3. There was the 3, 5, 7 triple in row 3, which then led to the 1, 2 pair, and the 8, 9 pair in block 2. You could have also done it the other way around. First, place the 6 in block 2 and find the 8, 9 pair. And then you'll be able to spot the 1, 2 pair and the 3, 5, 7 triple in row 3. The order doesn't matter. As long as you find one of them, you're going to find all of them. So don't worry too much about that. And later on, I feel like the 2, 3, 8 triple in row 5 was very important. The 2, 3, 8 triple in row 5, firstly, it eliminated 2, 3, and 8 from other open cells in row 5. Or in other words, made the other 3 cells a 4, 5, 7 triple, but it also placed this 1, because in this triple, 2 had to go into one of these 2 cells, which eliminated 2 from this cell. So column 5 was then complete because of this 2, 3, 8 triple. The placement of 2 was limited, so yeah. Apart from these 2, I don't actually recall any other tricky spots. So if I missed anything, or if you have any other questions or difficulties for this puzzle, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I'll try my best and I'll be glad to reply you. Hopefully this video helped. Today is October 17th, 2024. In this video, I've solved Wordle number 1216 and today's New York Times hard Sudoku. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!